Excuse me, just one question.
Sir, I don't know. Try asking someone else.
Miss von Staub is awaiting the police, sir. Perhaps you might visit on another day. Miss von Staub is awaiting the police, sir. Perhaps you might visit on another day.
Qué casualidad que me digas eso, porque da la casualidad. Es que, ¿cómo es la vida? Resulta que yo también soy policía. Un momentito. ¡Madre mía, qué cosas! Oli.
Good day, officer. Miss
Perfecto.
von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Hola.
Good day, miss. I regret to disturb you at this tragic time, but could you spare a moment?
Oh, officer. I've been waiting. Is his body still in that horrible place?
A horrible place? I should introduce you to the Undertaker. But first, you and I shall get to know one another.
Usa un bálsamo. Tiene aquí en las muñecas. En duelo. Tía, está reventadita, Los brazos. No me jodas. No me jodas, Ha sido ella a lo mejor. A ver. Una dama triste en la ventana es la hermana de Eric von Staub. Lleva una cinta negra, unos traidores que raramente sale de casa. Aún lleva la ropa limpia y un par de peculiaridades interesantes. He hallado salpicaduras de pintura multicolor, lo que sugiere que me gusta pintar, predomina color rojo. Se usa un bálsamo que hay en su vestido, lo aplica con frecuencia. Cardenales como medicamento. Sus cardenales por vergüenza, es víctima de abusos, la golpean y la tienen encerrada en su propia casa. Motas de pintura en múltiples colores. Una pasión por la pintura, prevalece el color rojo, es que es muy sospechoso. Lo emplea como medicamento. Sigue una dieta como tratamiento para controlar una enfermedad de la sangre, responsable de su cansancio. Las marcas en la piel. Voy a decir esto.
I am Officer Holmes. I take it you are Magda von Staub, the sister of the deceased?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, I am.
My deepest condolences, Miss von Staub. Your brother's body will be returned to you shortly, as I believe the case will soon be closed. Nevertheless, there remain some formalities requiring attention. May I ask you a few questions?
Oh, if you must. But I'm unsure if I will be of much help.
Forgive my intrusion, but I must inquire about your bruises. Did you take a tumble?
Oh, I have a weak disposition. It is not so bad, but my skin marks more easily than a peach. It is the least of my sorrows.
But, Miss von Staub, I can tell you suffered new bruises even before the old ones had healed.
I have nothing more to add, Officer Holmes. It is what it is.
Do you know if Mr. von Staub had any enemies? Someone that may have sought to do him harm?
Enemies? I don't know. He and I did not discuss such matters, and he was rarely called upon by visitors. My brother's only guests were his friendly contests, but I was not allowed to participate. I merely heard it all from my room.
Contests?
Eric would practice shooting on the patio, and occasionally friends would join him, but I couldn't tell you if they ever argued.
Where were you when your brother died, Miss von Staub?
I was here painting Eric's portrait. My God, you could have asked the servants.
Alas, I needed to hear it from your lips. May I take a look at Mr. von Staub's room? His personal effects may prove invaluable in our understanding of the case.
Please do. Here's the key.
Aquí hay algo. Vamos a revisar, vamos a revisar, vamos a revisar. Ah, la partitura. Oh.
Only German composers feature here. It appears the parents are dearly missed. Our beloved parents, 1875, Baden-Baden. Rest in peace.
Espérate. Tengo alguna chisma que sea...
Look at those vases, Sherry. Bet they cost a fortune. Would be a shame if someone broke them. Oh, I love it when you're reckless. Were those Limoges porcelain?
You have a keen eye.
Well, I suppose it's yours. Next time, shoot with a blindfold.
Lo típico, estoy investigando un asesinato y me lío a tiros, cosas de ¿sabes? Ah, puerta cerrada, vale. Puerta cerrada también. Por aquí no habrá nada, ¿no?
Do you know anything about this?
I'll gladly tell you everything I know, officer.
Aquí. Confía, la señorita no salió de su casa el día de la muerte de Eric. Espera, este es...
A handsome portrait of Eric. Miss von Staub does have talent.
¿What?
The rounds have been emptied.
Ah. Puede que haya abierto la pólvora para sacar color, no
The
sé.
black paint looks thick. It's been mixed with
Vale.
something.
La ha mezclado con pólvora.
The end and the beginning.
¡Ojo! Pues son las ruinas, el principio y el fin.
She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. Excellent score. An ointment by a Dr. Herbert with a lavender and pine scent.
De Eric con un caballo grabado. Crimson de Sherlock Holmes, perfecto. Ahora que me cuesta... HFVC es el testigo, creo. Estimado, vale. Seguro que me consta de oro que se le deben. De hecho, ya me pasa una vez que le veo en el club. No dudo que estoy ansioso por volver a sus propiedades. Sería 70.000 marcos.
a wealthy man in his 60s. Sir Barnaby Boddington, 1879. A typical crest for a league or a guild. Club headquarters, 190th anniversary celebration.
Oh, me lo llevo. Estimado señor Boddington, gracias por responder con tal premura a mi petición de enviarnos un retrato suyo. La admiración de Magda por usted es ahora aún mayor. ¿Puedo decirle que está entusiasmada? Han pedido la mano de mi hermana, pero creo que solo un hombre de su calibre merece convertirse en su esposo y protector. ¿El viejo verde es...? No, me estoy liando, el viejo... ¿Cómo? Me estoy liando. Guía del ejército para... Castigo físico, ¿en serio?
This whip is well loved and well used.
Qué turbio todo. Retrato, ¿Puedo omitir? Sí, perfecto. Ya está con algunos fragmentos. La variedad de letras indica que son de múltiples autores. Señorita Von Staub, dije que le profese mi corazón y mis manos aún, de no ser por la negativa de su hermano. Quien estaba enamorado. Quería... Porque la iba a casar con el viejo ese para sacar dinero. ¡Qué hostia! Escucha, o sea, ahí la reventaba hostias, o sea, te quiero decir. Buenos días. Quiero hablar con usted sobre esto.
I don't understand.
It seems you and Mr. Boddington were to be engaged. Were you as thrilled at the prospect as your brother?
Mr. Boddington is not how I had imagined my husband. But it was Eric's choice. I didn't dare dispute it.
I found burnt letters in your brother's room. I believe they were addressed to you.
To me? From whom?
They appear to be from some of your suitors. Why did you burn them?
I didn't. I didn't even know about them.
Claro.
Eric, he never said a word.
Claro.
One of the revolver cases in your brother's room is missing. Do you know where it may be?
I'm not permitted in Eric's quarters. I suppose he must have taken it with him. I don't understand.
There is an unfinished portrait of your brother in your room. Beautiful to be sure, but one detail drew my attention. Why did you add gunpowder to your black paint?
You entered my room? I thought you were only inspecting Eric's.
It is standard procedure,
Bueno.
Miss Von Staub. Now, tell me about the gunpowder.
Eric's art was his shooting, and this painting is my tribute to him. It felt appropriate. We're both artists in different ways. Oh, please, let me mourn my brother.
Good day, officer. Miss Von
Are
Staub
you
awaits
able to help me?
in her boudoir.
I'll gladly tell you everything I
Bien.
know, officer.
Eric siempre salía a pie cuando iba ataviado con su traje amarillo. Eso es todo lo que sabe.
Good day, officer. Miss Von Staub awaits you in her boudoir. Good day, officer.
Hostia, qué pesado eres,
Miss
señor. Le voy a
Von
detener
Staub
por
awaits you
tonto.
in her boudoir.
Can I ask you a question?
I'll gladly tell you everything I know, officer.
La gente dice que el símbolo se divisa en la mansión de un aristócrata en la zona sur de Gran Sarai. Zona sur de Gran Sarai. Gran Sarai, zona sur. Zona sur de Gran Sarai. El Palacio del Uso. El Palacio del Uso. Pues que sea... ¿Dónde coño está esto? Acá para acá. Pero este no es el sitio donde empecé el juego yo, ¿no? La especie de hotel ese, ¿eh? ¡Quita! Sí, aquí es donde yo empecé el juego. Los ciudadanos de clase alta de allí.
Could you help me?
Of course, officer. Let me tell you.
Un honorable club de entre Souls Row y Silent Way. El acceso es exclusivo para miembros. Silent Way. Souls Row. Entre Souls Row y Silent Way. Ah, no, esto sigue siendo Souls Row y Silent Way. Pues ser esto. Aquí. Ah, no. Ay, vale. Aquí.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. Club members only. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Club members only.
Es posible.
Please come in, sir. The gentlemen are waiting for you on the training ground. Down the stairs.
Fancy? Not every manor has a custom floor.
That is the von Kramkress, the old Prussian noble family. They must be patrons of the club.
Libros invitados.
How often do you think they check the submission box? My application deserves prompt consideration.
What? Ah. No me esperaba esto, sinceramente.
It's the killer. Shake a leg. Get you.
Can overcome.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
No more.
The snuff's ready.
Mierda.
Take a rest, my friend.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Can overcome the brute now.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Just die.
Mierda.
I'm coming.
Take a rest.
I'm coming for you.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't cry, you'll live.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Deja de moverme porque te voy a matar. F. En el chat. Ahí está.
Don't bother moving.
The snuff's ready. I must say, Sherry, that was near perfect. Could it be that you're not completely hopeless?
Vale. Esta mierda ya estaba. Ay, solo para... Ah, no. LOL.
The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition. All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels.
Vale, quiero salir. ¿No es por aquí? ¿Por dónde salgo yo? ¡Socorro! ¡Me ha secuestrado! ¡Auxilio! ¿Por dónde coño salgo? Hola. He probado ya todas las puertas. No tiene ni puto sentido. Déjame salir. No puedo ir, tengo por mi vida, debo marcharme. Lo siento, tened cuidado.
A nice apricot aroma. Marilyn schnapps, I presume. Half full. 2 glasses with dregs of alcohol. Should I pour us a drink, John? Glass crushed underfoot with damp traces still visible.
El otro miembro del... No, esto, coño. ¿Por qué vibra? ¿Por qué?
Who the devil are you? I won't go down without a fight.
Sherlock Holmes. And if I wanted a fight, you would already be on the floor. Fortunately for you, I'm merely here to ask a few questions.
Is that so? Well, come on, pretty boy. How about I fix that nose of yours? Give it a bit more character.
Enough. Your compatriots attacked me and I responded. They still have their lives, unlike Mr. von Staub.
True. At least you are not a murderer. Fine, you may speak.
Tiene mancha roja en él. Ojo, Probablemente sangre. Mala vista, ojo de cristal. Medalla de campeón, mejor tirador del club. El líder. Ah, este es el que estaba... Vale. Como... Qué bien. Hombre orgulloso, ¿no? Un duelo fatal. Es el que se le cayó la caja. Claro, sus iniciales coinciden, eso sí. No, testigo valioso.
So you are Mr. Von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and witness to Mr. von Staub's murder.
Incorrect. I am the best shot at the club. Heinrich Vögen von Kram. But how did you know I was there?
Your clothes, Mr. Von Kram, the dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins. And your jacket features a bloodstain from your attempts to save Mr. von Staub.
That is impressive.
It is merely inferential. Now, a few questions, if I may.
Be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal. The signatures, choice of weapons. I checked it all, and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left, and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver, and further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
You said the killer was an excellent shot. Do you suspect someone from the club?
Definitely not. No one from the club would break our rules.
Did you or the other duelist see the murderer?
No. The killer slipped away into the hills, so we turned our attention to Erich. Rest his soul.
And neither of you pursued the culprit?
I will not have my character impugned. We had only blank cartridges and a fallen friend at our feet. He was our focus.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Erich cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Erich, but it was too late. He was gone.
You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. Von Kram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your
Pues igual sí.
investigation.
As it happens, a Lamat .42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a 36 caliber.
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true.
Last year, there was a similar incident in which a duelist died. What can you tell me?
A tragedy. I shot too well, and my opponent stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I swore that no other club member would die in a duel. Alas, someone else intervened.
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
Ah, le debía a este.
But a title to
Hostia.
me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Erich was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating.
How to sharpen one's senses. A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis. Addressed to Heinrich von Kram and written with a nervous hand. Arrived just yesterday.
Tenemos en el puesto de cámaras. Oh. Ojo, disputa.
You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now. I need to be elsewhere.
No he encontrado todo aquí. No, por aquí he venido. Ah, cojones, pero si no revisas, soy gilipollas, tío.
Your ability to perceive the world can be developed with work and concentration.
Recordings labelled in Braille.
Foto un poco oftalmólogo. Hospital infantil de Córdoba.
Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood. Cecilia von Kram with Heinrich, Cologne, 1864. Mein Wunder. There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish. My eyes make me a poor witness, I'm afraid.
Yes, your blindness, an affliction since childhood, one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was sweet and fresh and came from the direction of the killer.
Do you recognize
El
this
bálsamo.
scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Eric? Tell me his name.
I need to be elsewhere.
A la hermana no le dejaba participar en las chismas de
Miss
tiro.
von Staub is awaiting
Joder.
the police, sir. Perhaps.
Te voy a acabar pegando un tiro, tío. Por pesado.
You might visit on another day. Good day, officer. Miss...
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This place brought me nothing but sorrow. I am sorry. What do you want?
Guardo, y ahora...
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain how you killed your brother.
¿Con qué medios? No.
The missing box in your brother's room contained a lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it to kill your brother.
What? No. Eric was obsessed with guns. I bet he simply left that revolver somewhere else.
Yes,
Creo
it
que lo
was
estoy cagando,
somewhere else. The crime scene. Abandoned in panic, a typical feminine response.
No, I've never been to that cursed place.
La ventana de oportunidad. Duelo en las ruinas.
You hid behind the wall in the ruins. None of the others present could have killed Eric from that position. Both the duelists were blindfolded, and Mr. von Kram is ill-sighted.
So nobody saw anything? Your imagination has run wild.
Ah, but you forget one thing. A blind man's other senses grow stronger. Mr. von Kram detected a lavender and pine scent. That of your ointment.
You're taking the word of a sightless man. This is monstrous.
El móvil, pues tenía bastantes. ¿Sabes? Este, por ejemplo.
It is your brother who was monstrous. He was a tyrant and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Eric was a nightmare, yes. But he was my brother.
Now, Miss von Staub, take your time. Tell me the truth.
After our parents died, my life slowly became hell. My brother began to humiliate me. Then he became violent. Each day he'd invent a new punishment. Shut my room, burn my paintings, starve me. And without fail, I would be beaten. All visits were forbidden, all contact verboten. I was his caged bird, his pet. When we did go out, he used me to bait influential people. He sold me to Mr. Boddington simply to earn a place amongst this island's elite.
Was that not freedom from your brother?
He sold me as a thing, sir. Who do you think this gentleman was? I could not endure more cruelty. Mr. Holmes, I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me. Don't throw me from one cage to another.
Pobrecilla, tío. O sea, era un hijo de puta.
You have suffered enough, Miss von Staub, but now it is over. I will not turn you into the police.
I don't know what to say. What will happen with the case?
The usual. With their typical stupidity, the inspectors will confidently declare the case a tragic accident, and that will be that.
I didn't expect such
El hijo de la gran puta era el hermano, tronco.
No, where the truth reveals injustice, I expect accountability, but in this matter, Miss von Staub, I see no injustice at all.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I'll never forget what you're doing.
Vale. Te apoyo porque no sé quién me está... O sea, no se ha oído la voz de que me hayan dicho nada, pero ok. Vale, voy a hacer una cosa. Voy a intentar pillar todos los casos... Espérate. Que no tenga. Voy a echar una guía y voy a pillar todos los casos que no tenga. Y ya en el próximo empezamos con eso antes del caso final.
Did you hear another...
¿Dónde y por qué se ahogó el marinero? Mierda.
Did you hear another sight?
Barcos atracan, no. Puerto, no. Obra de una sirena, sí. Mercancías perdidas, no. Vendiendo alcohol ilegal, no. Playa del cementerio, sí. Vio fantasmas, no. Llegó la policía. Obra de una sirena.
It happens. I always wanted a pet cat.
No. Puerto no era. Playa del cementerio, sí. Vengo de marinero, la gente habla de sirenas, pero eso son solo supersticiones, o quizá no. Tengo un nuevo caso, perfecto. Vale, y ahí en el mapa estará... Vale.
I thought he would kill the boy. I've never seen Giorgio.
Niño divino se ha asaltado y perseguido.
I thought he would kill the boy.
Llamó mentiroso, asaltado y perseguido, niño divino.
You were after. It happens. I always wanted a pet cat.
I've never...
Ha asaltado y perseguido a un niño vidente. El hombre lo atacó porque el niño le llamó mentiroso. Magia callejera. Vale. De momento ahí, de momento. Vale, pues creo que esto es todo. Así que lo vamos a dejar aquí. Espero que os haya gustado. Muchas gracias por estar ahí un día más aguantándome. Y el próximo ya continuaremos. Vale. Así que nada, de momento hasta aquí. A lo mejor el episodio un pelín más largo, pero bueno, no demasiado. Así que eso, gracias y hasta luego.